Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Welcome. We'll begin on page 1 of this book with Mangalacharan. I don't know, I guess you can find it in the app, Gaudiya Kirtan app, under Mangalacharana or Vandeham.
Namo
गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगमनाय ते गौराविर्भाव भूमेस्त्वं निर्देष्टा जनप्रिय वैष्णव सर्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्तो राधाकान्तो नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जयतां सुरतो पङ्गो मम मन्दं मतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बोजो राधामदनमोहनं दिव्यगृह्णानन्दकल्पद्रुमाद श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थ श्री श्रीराधा श्रीरघुवृन्ददेव प्रेष्ठादिभिः सेव्यमानं स्मरामि। श्रीमन्द्रसरसारम्भी वंशीवन्दन्ततस्तिकः कर्षन्मे स्मरय गोपीनाथ श्रीस्तु नः। वृन्दाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द। चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमः दावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दं मुनिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृताश्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम्। हरेर्नामेव केवलं वरो नस्त्येव गतिरन्यथा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Gurudev Kripa Karke, page 360 in this book. Sakala Vaishnava Gosai. What page is it?
46.
Page 46. Sakala Vaishnava Gosai. Is there any other name of that bhajan?
Sakala Vaishnava Gosai.
Okay. Jai Jai Nityananda Rohini Kumar by Vrindavan Das Thakur, page 64. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita
की जय।
Sake kalai goru mudarum. 340.
I'll do my best.
Just gonna make it go a little bit lower. Sake kalaya gora mudaram. Soike Vashunaile Shyamana.
Page number?
Page 183. It's very similar to the other one. It's okay. So Keva Shunailo Shyamana. Keva Shunailo Shyamana. Keva Shunailo Shyamana. Keva Shunailo Shyamana. Radhika Charana Padma Sakala Shreyer Sarma. Page 102. Radhika Charana Padma Sakala Shera Sadma Bye. राधा बिहारी की जय, राधा सरकार की जय, हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्रीश्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्तनारायणनित्यनामिने। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनित्यनामिने। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं, यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। First of all, I offer my Dandavat Pranam thousands of times unto the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Gurudev, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Ashtotar Shata Shri Sriman Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And the same unto the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Ashtotar Shata Shri Sriman Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. To all of our Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga, and to all Vaishnavas, past, present, and future, and all of those who are watching on Facebook live stream, who are currently trapped in your homes, I'm offering all my Dandavat Pranam. So we're continuing now with the, what is it, fifth day?
I think fifth day.
Maybe the fifth day of Ram Katha. Srila Gurudev was always very excited to speak about Sri Ram. He was raised with Ram Katha. He grew up as a Ram Bhakta, Hanuman Bhakta in Tewaripur, which is where Ram killed the demon Taraka. And then his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, gave him shelter by sending out some very powerful Vaishnavas to his village, Sri Narottamananda Brahmachari and Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Maharaj. They spoke with him about Krishna. And our Gurudev said, by the mercy of Hanumanji, whose original form is Gopishwar Mahadev, because Hanuman is a manifestation of Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva's form in Vrindavan is Gopishwar. Vrindavana Banipate Jaya Soma Soma Mole, Sanaka Sanandana Sanatara Naradedya, Gopishwara Rajavilasi Yunangri Padme, Prema Prayacha Nirupadi, Namo Namaste. Oh Gopishwar, whose head is adorned with the moon. This is a very special form of Lord Shiva. Our Gurudev said, because this is Krishna Lila, and Krishna's Lila is the original or Adi Lila, then this must also be the original form of Lord Shiva, from which all other forms of Shiva manifest. So Gopishwar is that form of Shiva. What is his speciality? He is the guardian of the Dham. In Ayodhya, he is the guardian of that Dham. And anyone who leaves their body in Ayodhya, it is said that there Shankar chants in their name, Ram Ram. Anyone who leaves their body in Puri or Bhubaneswar, it is said that Lord Shiva comes and whispers in your ear, the name of Jagannath. If you leave your body in Navadvip, Mayapur, then Shankar, Shiva comes and whispers in your ear, Gauranga, Gaur. And if you are leaving your body in Vrindavan,
Radhe Radhe.
Vrindavan mein Radhe Radhe. Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. So this original form has a very special capability. Gopishvara Vrajavilasi Yunangri Padme Prema Prayacha. He has, or she has, the capacity to awaken praying for the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, who are always engaged in beautiful loving pastimes in Vrindavan. So Srila Gurudev acknowledged that by the mercy of Hanuman, whose form of Mahadev originally is Gopishwar Mahadev, I was brought to this path of Braja Bhakti to serve Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. So yesterday I said something, I made a mistake in my mathematics, which I'm very, embarrassed about. And yet, still, I must apologize. Because yesterday I said that one of Brahma's days is 8,640,000,000 and his nights the same. And then I looked at Sudevi and I was like, is that right? And she's like, too much math. So I just want to make the point that one of Brahma's days is 4,320,000,000 of our years, and one of his nights is equivalently the same. So Krishna and Mahaprabhu manifest in this world once in a day of Brahma, which is 8,640,000,000 of our years. Just to clarify that. And as I was telling before, Sri Ramachandra appears once every Manu. And there are 14 Manus in a day of Brahma. So, yesterday I left us with Lakshman, by the order of Sri Ram, bringing Sita to the hermitage of Valmiki. Mind you, for so many years after Ram came back from Lanka, after Ram had defeated Ravan, after Ram had established Vibhishan as the king of Lanka, for so many years Ram was living in Ayodhya, very happily, along with Sita, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughna, all of the residents of Ayodhya were very happily living together. But then Sri Ram heard this rumor and then confirmed it for himself. That some were criticizing that the king, how can he teach us? How can he rule us? He himself is not being dharmic. And Ram is Krishna's manifestation for tasting Maryada, experience and also sharing it. So he's known as Maryada Purushottam. Krishna is known as Leela Purushottam, and Gauranga Mahaprabhu is known as Prem Purushottam. So Ram is the supreme personality of experiencing and delivering, presenting Maryada, following proper rules, regulations, etiquettes, according to Shastra, according to Dharma. So Ram, having heard this after so many years, told Lakshman, you have to take Sita and leave her there. And Lakshman was devastated. Devastated. He said, take her to the ashram of Valmiki. Lakshman was devastated. Of course, Ram was devastated as well. He didn't want to leave Sita. But still, because he had to observe this dharma of behaving as a proper king, as a leader, then he had to remove that thing which was the source of criticism to him. So Ram sent Lakshman. Lakshman did not like this at all. So he didn't come back as the younger brother again, as we told yesterday. He didn't come back as the younger brother as Balaram, did not come back as the younger brother as Nityananda Prabhu. He came as the older brother. And when Krishna did something that Baladev didn't like, Like even in Dwarka, Baladev just left that place. He wasn't very happy with it. He didn't take part in it. And also Nityananda Prabhu, what did he do to Mahaprabhu? He took his danda and broke it in half, broke it in 3 points and threw it in the river. So also Nityananda Prabhu, although he is subservient and although his mood, his bhav is to be subservient, still he didn't have to follow those instructions. But as Lakshman, being the younger brother and also being the subject of the king, then he had to follow the order of Ram, although it broke his heart. So when he brought Sita there to the ashram of Valmiki, actually it was quite a long journey. Ram had said she always wanted to see all of these places, all of these hermitages, and to give in charity. So now is the time, you should take her. But don't bring her back. Lakshman couldn't even argue with Ram. He knew he had to take her. So when Lakshman dropped her there, then he told her, Ram told me not to bring you back. Immediately, she fainted on the spot. Her heart was completely devastated, completely broken. And when she woke up from that faint, yesterday I mentioned why she did not give up her life immediately. Because she was thinking, if I give up my life, then this will cause pain to Ram. I don't want to disturb him in any way. And because Lakshman told her why he left her there, because people are criticizing Ram, she said, oh, I don't want to cause any trouble for Ram. Offer my pranam to all there. I don't want to create any problem for him. If it's better for him that I'm in this situation, in separation from him, but if it's better for him, then so be it. I will accept this. This mood is very, very deep. Very, very intense. Shri Mahaprabhu, he says in the last verse of Shri Shikshashtakam, Ashlishyava paradkam kinashtimam adarshanan marmahatam karotuva yata tatava vidhatu lampato mat prananatastu saeva naparaha. Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radhika, expressing this mood that, my Lord, you are always my pranana, the beloved of my life, and there is no condition for it. If you want to break my heart, you can do so. If you want to kick me away, if that is what's pleasing to you, then you are free to do so. If you want to embrace me, you are also free to do so. Or if you want to embrace another in front of me, you are also free to do so. There is no condition for my love and affection. So Mahaprabhu is expressing this. There's no condition for love. Real love has nothing to take and everything to give. So although Sita was broken-hearted, still her mindset was only what is pleasing to Ram. If it is beneficial for him that I am here, I don't want to cause any problems to him. And then she began thinking. This manifests deep humility. She told Lakshman, she felt, I have done aparad. That is why I'm in this situation, that I'm being pushed far away from Ram. She was feeling this mood in her heart. Oh Lakshman, I know I have hurt you so much in the past. On the night of my wedding, before that time, you were always doing so many sevas for Ram. You were massaging his feet. You were serving him in so many ways. And as soon as I got married to Ram, basically, I stopped you from your seva. And no questions were able to be asked, and no answers were given. So I have hurt you in this way. And also when we were in the forest, and I told you that you should go chasing after Ram, because that voice came from the deer, calling for help. Help, help, in Ram's voice. At that time you didn't want to leave me. But then I said, oh, I know you've come here as a spy of Bharat. And you've just come here in lust after me, wanting to take me for yourself, and you're hoping that Ram would die. I said so many harsh things to you, although I know that you have never even looked beyond my toes. How much respect and honor you've had for me, but still I was so harsh with you. So please forgive me for these. Still, the idea of Lakshman leaving her there, for him he was devastated and broken-hearted. He also knew that she was pregnant at the time. So he left her near the ashram of Valmiki. And it is said that as she started toward the ashram of Valmiki, so many of the forest dwelling ladies, those who were the wives of the sages, they came and welcomed her. And Valmiki told them how to serve her in so many ways and how to make her comfortable. After that time, Valmiki knew exactly who she was. But after that time, she became known as Vana Devi, means the goddess of the forest. She wasn't using the name Sita. So Lakshman, very, very disappointed, very upset and depressed by having to leave her there. He was confiding in his charioteer. I believe his charioteer's name was Sumanta. And Sumanta told him so many histories. What had happened before. Yesterday I mentioned how Vamandev had chopped off the head of the wife of Bhrigumuni, who was the guru of the Devas. And at that time, Bhrigumuni cursed him, Vamandev, who is avatar of Vishnu. Bhrigumuni cursed him that you have caused this kind of pain to my heart, so you will also have to suffer in separation from your dear most beloved, like I am also suffering. And the Lord accepts the curse of his devotee. So this was told to Lakshman, because there was a conversation in the past which took place between Durvasa Muni, Vashishta, and Dasharat Maharaj. And there Durvasa Muni gave so many, past times. He told so many things to Dasharat Maharaj, including that, because he asked, how will my son be? How will his life be? Oh, he will have to suffer so much in separation from his wife. She will be kidnapped, he will go get her, he will rescue her, and then he will have to feel deep separation again from her, so he will have so much separation and misery in his life. Dasharat Maharaj was alerted to this. When Lakshman was hearing all of this from Sumanta, he realized, my brother Ram is no ordinary personality. Then he realized at that time, as I told before, sometimes the Lord, by his Yogamaya potency, can even put Balaram or Lakshman in Yogamaya illusion. Not Mahamaya, Yogamaya. And then he realized, oh, he is actually Bhagavan. My brother Ram is the Supreme Lord, and he's performing his pastimes. So, Lakshman went back to Ayodhya. After some time, Ram wanted to perform some yajnas. Ram also knew that Sita was staying in the jungle and that she was staying very simply. So Ram did not want to accept a superior position to his wife. This shows the kind of honor and respect that one would have, because he knew she was sleeping in a very, very simple way, maybe on the ground, and living, eating roots and fruits. He also decided not to live in a princely or kingly way, although he was the emperor of the world, because the wife is considered the other half. So if one half is sleeping or living in a very simple way, then you also should represent and sleep like that. So Ram was sleeping in a very simple way. He was only eating roots and fruits. He was not eating fancy foodstuffs. He was also dressing in a way that a forest dweller would dress. But he continued to do his service of ruling the kingdom. Because the king really is considered, he considers himself, a real king considers himself the servant of the people. Not that I am the ruler and I'm the in charge and everyone should serve me. But his function, his mindset is how to make sure that everyone in society is peaceful and pacified. That's why Ram sent Sita away, because some were criticizing and they weren't feeling peaceful or pacified. So Ram was living in a very, very simple way, but he also wanted to perform some yajnas, Ashvamedha yajnas. So he told Vashishta Muni, who was the guru of Ayodhya at that time, that I want to perform these Ashvamedha yajnas. Vashishta Muni said, he was Rishi, Vashishta Rishi. He said, you can't perform this without your wife. So you should take another wife.
First he said, bring Sita back.
right? You should bring Sita back. Ram said, I cannot do that. So Vashishta said, then take another wife. Ram said, I took a vow, only one wife. Eka patni vrat. So what to do? Then Vashishta said, then you have to make a murti of your wife, and then we can perform this yajna. So every year, while this yajna was being done, Ram had one murti made of Sita out of gold. So many of these murtis were made year after year after year, while this Ashvamedha yajna was going on. Ashvamedha means horse sacrifice. So, with this Ashvamedha yajna, every year Ram had a new golden Sita made, and he was doing this yajna with Sita there. One day, many years later, Ram wanted to perform the Rajasuya yajna. Rajasuya yajna is a yajna, we've heard about it in Mahabharata. Yudhishthira Maharaj did the Rajasuya yajna, and Rajasuya yajna means establishing that he is the king or the emperor of the world. So Ram was doing the Rajasuya yajna. In order to do that, Vashishta Rishi said that you should invite so many different kings and so many sages and rishis to come. So Valmiki was one of the rishis, one of the sages that was requested to come. And he came along with two disciples, Love and Kush. They were the twin sons of Sita Devi. But Love and Kush only knew Sita as Vanadevi. They had been singing and hearing Ram Katha from their birth. But they never met Ram before. And they had no idea that Ram was their father.
Valmiki was their guru.
They only knew Valmiki as my Gurudev. So they came with Valmiki to this Rajasuya yajna. And there they saw something amazing. They saw the most beautiful, handsome, charming, heroic king there, Sri Ram. And everyone was admiring them also. Wow, look at these boys. They're so handsome and beautiful. They even resemble Ram, but younger, and he's a bit more old than they are. These two, Lava and Kush, in between the festivals, they would sing beautiful Ram Katha. Gurudev said that they would play on the veena and sing in such a beautiful way that everyone's hearts were melting. So as they were singing, it is said that by their kirtan, they were calling out all this Ram Katha in such a beautiful way, describing all of the pastimes up until that point, which Valmiki had written in the Ramayana previously. They were describing all of these pastimes in such a beautiful and pathetic way. Gurudev said with Karuna Bhav, means in a mood with deep separation, that everyone was weeping. Ram himself became so attracted and came there, and he was also weeping. Lakshman, Kaushalya, all were weeping so much hearing this. And they were completely amazed. At that time, Ram became so enamored, he wanted to offer something. I want to mention something at this point. Because they were doing kirtan. What kind of kirtan? Kirtan of the Lord. Kirtan, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada establishes this idea or this fact. Normally when we say Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Harer Nam Eva Kevalam, most people understand this means the name of the Lord. Because it says Nam, Nam, Nam. Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Harer Nam. But Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada established that there is no difference between the name, form, qualities, and pastimes of the Lord. So Harer Nam Eva Kevalam means the only way to attain perfection is by glorifying the Lord's names, forms, qualities, and pastimes. So they were doing kirtan of the Lord's name and pastimes in such a beautiful way that the Lord himself, Sri Ramachandra, was attracted to that place. He was listening and he was weeping hearing that. We've also heard that in Dwarka, when the queens of Dwarka wanted to understand why Krishna is crying for the gopis every night and wetting his pillow with his tears. In his sleep, he's calling out, Radhe, Radhe, Lalite, Vishake. And he's crying and weeping in separation. And his queens are like, what's going on? What happened? So they asked Rohini, because she was in Vrindavan, why is this happening? And she said, I have to be really careful telling these pastimes. If I tell you what's happening, Krishna will hear and want to come. As he says, wherever my devotees are glorifying my name, form, qualities, and pastimes, I'm present there. But bhakta yatra gayanti, tatra tishtami, Narada. I reside in that place. So she said, he will be bound to come. So someone needs to keep guard at the gate, at the door. Who has kept guard at the door? Subhadra, the sister of Krishna. So that time, Rohini Maya, she was telling the queens in Dwarka about Krishna's beautiful pastimes in Vrindavan, about his love and affection between him and his parents and his friends, and especially his gopis. And they were completely awestruck. And Subhadra was supposed to guard the door. From who? From Krishna and Balaram, that they should not enter. But hearing this katha from the door, Subhadra became stunned. And she herself could not move. Her eyes opened wide. She had a smile from ear to ear. She was experiencing ashtasattvic bhavs. Sometimes her arms were extending, like Mahaprabhu had said that his joints would become disjointed, and other times they would pull into his body like a turtle. At that time, being spontaneously attracted to this beautiful, sweet katha, Krishna and Balaram came there to that place, and they saw Subhadra, and they began to listen. What's being spoken inside, and hearing that beautiful sound. The love of the Brajabasis for Krishna and his reciprocation with that love, as spoken by a Tattvadarshi, one who has seen and had experience of this. Krishna and Balaram also manifested all ashtasattvic bhavs in their bodies. Their eyes opened wide, they developed smiles from ear to ear. Their joints began elongating and contracting. And from that we have the original forms. Jagannath, Subhadra, Baladev. Shri Jagannath, Subhadra, Baladev ki jai. How attractive is Krishna's name. How attractive are his forms, his qualities, his pastimes. Krishna himself is eager and begins to run there. And he wants to know, how much nectar do these two syllables Krishna produce? Oh, these 2 ears are not sufficient. I require millions of ears. Tunde tandavani ratin vitanute tundavali labdhe karna krodha gadammani gatayate karnabude vyaskriham. This one tongue is not sufficient to taste the nectar of the name Krishna. I require millions of tongues to taste that sweetness. So Krishna himself manifested in the form of Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radha Bhava Dyuti Sivalitam Nomi Krishna Swarupam. Krishna himself, but tasting the bhavs of love and affection for Krishna that Srimati Radhika has for Krishna. That's why he manifested that golden complexion. And what process did he undertake to experience that bliss, that nectar, that prem? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And the nectar he was experiencing, tasting these names, Hare Krishna, this is the meeting and separation. All the pastimes of Radha and Krishna are present within this Maha Mantra. It wasn't sufficient for him to just taste it on his own. Experiencing that prem ras, he desired that the entire world should also experience this. So raga, marga, bhakti loke, korite pracharan. He wanted all to experience this spontaneous divine love that the Brajavasis are experiencing for Krishna. So Ram was so pleased with Lava and Kush. He didn't know their names. He wanted to know. So he told Lakshman, give them 18,000 gold coins and so many valuable cloths and everything. Ask them who their parents are. Who is their mother? Who is their father? I've never felt anything like this before. What beautiful kirtan is there. So Lakshman went on behalf of Ram and asked them, what's your names? Who are your parents? And they said, yeah, we thought you were intelligent. But we understand that you cannot be very intelligent. Can't you see we are brahmacharis? It is inappropriate to ask brahmacharis or sannyasis about any of their previous material relationships. The only question you should ask is, who is your Gurudev? Our Gurudev is Valmiki. In this connection, I want to tell very quickly, Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, after he received sannyas, traditionally in India, sannyas, when one would take sannyas, they used to sign a death certificate for them, that you are no longer of this world, you are dead to this world. A real sannyasi would be completely absorbed in Parabrahma Shri Krishna and would have nothing to do with this world. So they came to him after he took sannyas and they asked him to sign, there's some incense somewhere. They asked him to sign some paper. If you just sign this, then your pension will go to your wife. He said, what wife? I'm sannyasi. I have no wife, I have no children, I have no family of this world. He said, but if you just sign it, he said, I cannot sign that. If you would sign it, that means he would acknowledge that that's my wife. He would not sign it. And because of this, Krishna promises, I carry what they lack, I preserve what they have. If anyone takes shelter of Krishna, then there is nothing else they need to worry about. Shraddha, Shabde, Vishwas, Kohe, Sudrida Nishtoy, Krishna Bhakti Koile, Sarva Karma Krita. All of one's material obligations are automatically taken care of. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj would say, nothing to do, Baba, nothing to do. It so happened that one day, one person was sitting in his class. This person was the son of a very wealthy steel manufacturer. And this person heard Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj telling this story. And within his heart, he was so inspired by Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj's complete dedication that he wanted to somehow make connection with anyone who was previously related to him. So this young man went and married the daughter that Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj had in a previous ashram. And sure enough, the entire family was completely taken care of. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj had nothing to worry about, nothing to do, because he had completely surrendered himself at the lotus feet of his Gurudev, Gauranga, and Radha and Krishna. So these two, Lava and Kush, they said, you cannot be so intelligent if you're asking us these questions. You should ask, who is your Gurudev? And what do we need with all of this wealth and coins and everything, and these fancy cloths? We eat roots and fruits and leaves from the forest, and can't you see we're wearing bark of a tree? We don't need all of this fancy stuff. Take it back. When Lakshman brought it back to Ram, Ram was like, wow. They were even more impressed with these boys than before. Srila Gurudev said that day they went back to Valmiki's ashram. And there they told their mother, Vana Devi, oh, we went to Ayodhya. And there we saw the king, and we were singing Ramayana. Everyone was completely mesmerized. Everyone was weeping so much. And then we saw this most amazing thing. We saw a golden statue sitting next to Ram, which looked just like you. At that moment, Sita began weeping and crying so much, and she fainted. And she came back. Our Gurudev said she realized that Ram may have to send her away, but he never left her. The king may have to live without the queen, but Ram never lived without Sita. Then a message came, because Ram knew something. He told Valmiki, you should bring Sita back. I wanted to mention, in terms of these boys, their mood of dedication to their Gurudev, that they had no other conception. My Gurudev is everything to me. Guru Mata, Guru Pita, Guru, everything. My Gurudev is everything to me. And this is an important point. They're showing Guru Nishtha, that I have no material relation in this world. My Gurudev is everything. They learned everything from their Gurudev, and they respected him as everything. So this is a very important lesson for us, that we should also see like that we should not put too much value in all of our material relationships, which are temporary and bound to end one day.
And that it is through that relationship.
So the next day, that day Ram ordered Valmiki that they should come back. At that time, Sita came back, and these boys found out, because of the relationship with their Guru had been teaching them about Ram their whole life. He had engaged them in remembering the glories, the names, the pastimes of Ram. And then when the time was right, he made that connection, that actually this is your father, Sri Ram, and your mother is Sita Devi. They were completely surprised. Their whole life they only knew her as Vana Devi, but now, the forest goddess, but now they're understanding, my mother is Sita, my father is Ram. So this is also very important. For us, we have never met Krishna before. We don't know Krishna. But our Gurudev knows Krishna. He has seen Krishna. Srila Prabhupada explained, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he explained in the verse Tadvidhi Pranipatena, and also Tasmad Gurum Prapadyeta Jigyasu Shreya Uttamam, that what is the nature or quality of a real bona fide guru? Who is a Tattvadarshi? Tattvadarshinaha means they are experiencing their relationship with Krishna practically. It's not just a theoretical thing. So that person who knows Krishna, who is experiencing Krishna, who is realizing their relationship with Krishna, they can awaken our relationship with Krishna, because they have that practical experience. Like fire ignites wood, makes that also fire. So they can awaken our relationship for Krishna by Harikatha. So gradually, Valmiki made this arrangement. So Ram asked them to come back. When they came back to Ayodhya, there Sita arrived, and everyone was so happy. Sita is coming with Lava and Kush, surrounded by so many forest personalities, Valmiki and all of his associates, all of those from the forest were coming with them. And they were so happy, so blissful. But the first thing Ram said to Sita, you need to prove that you're pure. She said, we already did the fire test in Lanka. There, the fire god vouched for me, the wind god, your own father Dasharath Maharaj,
again you
all have vouched for me.
She said, again you call me just to insult me.
I didn't read that. So she said, so you want me to prove again? You want me to prove again? Okay, I will do it immediately. She said, if I have never thought of another man, if I have never been with another man, if I have never touched another man, if I have never thought of anyone else other than Ram, and she said it 3 times. Oh mother, her mother is the earth. She was not born like a normal human. Janak Maharaj did tapasya and yagya, and she manifested from the earth. She said, oh mother, Prithvi Devi, oh mother, take me. 3 times she said, if I have never seen or even thought of another. And immediately, the earth opened up. Our Gurudev said there was a very beautiful golden asan. Her mother Bhumi was there, Prithvi Devi, and Sita went to her mother, and then immediately the earth closed up. At that time, Ram became completely desperate. He started crying out, Sita, Sita, Sita. He grabbed his bow and his arrows and he was pointing it at the earth. Bring her back, bring her back. If you do not give her back, I will destroy you. I will shoot you and you will break into thousands of pieces. At that time, Valmiki told Ram, Ram, this is just your pastime. So here comes the break. It's almost like Rasabas at the end. The Rasabas means, I have not written this part, but this is the end of your pastimes here. It's time to wind it up. Sita has already gone back to your original abode. Now you should prepare also yourself and all of your associates of Ayodhya to go back to your abode. I want to share a little something. When our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, did our wedding in Rup Sanatan Gaurimat in 1996, he told us, if you want to, he said first, the D word is not in your dictionary. I still don't know what that word is. And he said, but anyhow, if you want to divorce, he said, first you need to come here to all of the devotees who have witnessed and get their permission. Then you need to go to all of the senior Vaishnavas and get their permission. Then you need to go to Thakurji, who's Sevakunj, upstairs in Rup Sanatan Gaurimat, and get their permission. And at last you come to me, and the answer is no. He said, whole life, like Sita Ram, he said, even if one dies, still you should never even think of another.
Even in your dreams.
Even in your dreams, he said, like Sita and Ram. So, of course, Gurudev is always thinking of the pastimes of the Lord. So Sita made this vow that not even in my dreams, I have never even thought of anyone else. And so at that time, it was also proven and shown that she was completely pure. Even previously, Valmiki had said, she's completely pure. Everyone who was there, she is pure. We know she is pure. And Ram said, still, I want her to prove. And so she showed, okay? Still, after all of this time, still you want proof? So she entered. And then Valmiki told, now is the time to wind up your pastimes. Just as with Krishna, it was the time to wind up his pastimes with the fratricidal war which took place. So we should understand that the pastimes of the Lord are very, very deep and very intense. And also the Lord himself becomes so involved in these pastimes that he also forgets himself. Ram was showing, our Gurudev said at this point, when he took out his bow and arrows, he was showing the world that we should not be controlled by lust. Gurudev explained that when Sita, she saw the deer and she wanted it, Ram knew that it was not a real deer. He knew that it was dangerous, and he knew that so many different inauspicious things would happen as a result of him chasing that deer. And yet, to fulfill the desire of his wife, he went and chased after that deer. So he was showing that this is the result of lust and trying to satisfy lust, being controlled by lusty desire. Her desire was for the deer. What happened as a result? She was kidnapped by the demons. So many thousands had to die. Such big problems happened. He lived in separation, in a miserable situation for so long. This is on the external, not internally. This is the pastimes of the Lord, but he's showing us what will happen if we're controlled by lust. And how when Sita left, how he was so attached. He's showing us the result of attachment. As Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, While contemplating the objects of the senses, one develops attraction for them. From that attraction, it becomes deeper and becomes lust. Then, when that lust is frustrated, then anger comes. So Ram is showing, my attachment has been taken from me. Now anger came, and he wanted to destroy the whole world with everyone in it. So anger, then delusion, bewilderment of memory, and then all intelligence is lost. Ram is showing us that we should not be controlled by all of these things, that we should absorb our minds in serving the Lord, that we should absorb our minds in those things which are positive, not those things which are negative, which only bind us in samsara. So, our Gurudev explained all of these points very, very beautifully. And one thing I wanted to mention, our Param Gurudev Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, he made a very beautiful point. He said that there was once a drama troupe that came through, and they performed Ram's pastimes in such a pitiful way, evoking so much pathos, where everyone was weeping and crying and feeling so much separation mood. That night, everyone went and told their friends, you have to come see this drama. And they also came back again. And the next day they brought more people, and the same people who saw it the first time and second time came to see it again. Because there is something in separation which is also so blissful. There's something in that, and that's the acuteness of the meeting. Gurudev explained that when Sita was separate from Ram, even when she was in the Ashoka gardens in Lanka, what was she thinking about? The first time their eyes met, Vishwamitra had told Ram, you should go and pick some flowers from the garden, in the forest. And there Sita was also picking flowers, but at a distance. And just their eyes met for one moment. Sita was remembering this, how we first met by eye, and how immediately their hearts became attracted to one another. She was remembering constantly, in separation, how when so many came to lift that bow, but no one could. Gurudev explained how Janak Maharaj had seen once or twice, when Sita was very young, she may have been trying to get something or even cleaning some dust, and easily with one hand she lifted the bow, and he knew, whoever will marry her will also have to be able to lift that bow just as easily. That's why he made that, because otherwise thousands of people could not lift that bow. So she was remembering that at the time of her wedding, the Swayamvar, when Ram came, and he easily lifted that bow, strung it and broke it. And when she came, she was so overcome with ecstasy that she could not put that garland on his neck. She was completely stunned, and all of her friends, all of her girlfriends had to come and help her to put that garland over Ram's neck. So in her separation, she was just remembering all of their sweet pastimes together. We should not think that separation, transcendental separation, is a bad thing. Because in that separation there's remembrance. And in that remembrance, because to remember Krishna's names, forms, qualities, and pastimes means he is there. When you're chanting his name, it is not that he is not there. He is there. When you're speaking his pastimes, he is present. So within the separation there's meeting, and within that meeting there's separation, and there's meeting and there's separation. But the divine separation dances on the heads of all kinds of ananda, all kinds of bliss and happiness of this world. What did you want to add? Or you said the explanation?
I was just thinking of how Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Maharaj explained separation from a child to this.
So Sudevi is reminding me of what Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Maharaj explained in terms of separation. He said that when someone's at home and their child is there playing and maybe leaving things on the floor, then the parents are saying, clean it up, do something, go out and play, don't just do nothing, don't be lazy, always giving so many instructions. But if something were to happen to that child, let's say that child were to leave this world, that same parent would look at that pencil that was usually a cause for annoyance being left on the floor and look at it with the most love. This pencil belonged to my dear child. Every little thing in relation to that child would be a cause of remembrance. Deep sambandha. The relationship would be enhanced by every little thing in relation with that child. Much more than even when the child was physically present. So in that separation, there's a kind of deeper meeting which goes on. And that separation is so tasteful that Krishna himself wants to experience it. And he comes in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to experience it. Krishna wanted to experience it, so he came as Ram. Even once Ram and Sita, they went to Mam Gachi, this is in Navadvip Dham. And there they were sitting underneath the tree. And Ram was telling Sita, in Kali Yuga, in the future, I will come in a different form and I will take sannyas. You will be at home, but I will take sannyas and have to go and experience separation. Ram was telling her all of these things. Separation is so attractive that even Supreme Lord wants to feel and taste that mood of meeting within separation. All of the commentaries which are given on our Mahamantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, by all of our Guru Varga, they show that these couplets, Hare Krishna, means meeting together, Hare and Krishna. Hare Krishna, meeting. Krishna Krishna means Krishna himself is feeling separation. He's feeling I'm alone, I'm feeling separation. Hare Hare, she's now feeling separation. Then again, Hare Rama, Radharama iti Rama. Together. So meeting and separation is going on, and that is who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. Radha Krishna Nahe Anya. The embodiment of the meeting and separation of Radha and Krishna. By tasting that, Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj said he opened a crying school for the world, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Through that medium, like our Goswamis, they've showed us by their own experience, by their own example. He Radhe Vrajadevike Chalalite, He Nanda Shunokuta, Shri Govardhana Kalpapada Patale Kalindi Vanyekuta, Goshantavati Sarvato Vrajpure, Kedar Mahavifalo, Vande Rupa Sanatano, Raghujugo, Shri Jiva Gopalako. Hey Radhe, hey Krishna, where are you? Where are you? Are you here at the banks of Jamuna? Are you here at Govardhan? Where are you? Going from one tree to the next, to the bushes, every night sleeping under a different tree. What pastimes have you witnessed? Please show me. Please reveal these in my heart. Always searching and feeling and experiencing separation. And our Guru Varga has also given us this mood as the means of approaching the Lord. To have this feeling of separation, crying out to Krishna. Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj, he explained that the Mahamantra is the sound of the soul crying out in separation for Krishna. So, Patipavan Shri Ramachandra ki jai, Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
please come again tomorrow, 5 p.m. India time, sharp.
We will continue with going beyond Vaikuntha.
Haribo, Radhe